If you're buying or selling a home in Upper Marlboro, I want you to forget almost everything you've been hearing about the housing market. Because the headlines, prices are down, inventory is up, mortgage rates are high, don't actually tell you what's happening here. And here's the problem. When buyers and sellers make decisions based on national headlines instead of local data, they often leave thousands of dollars on the table. Today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening in Upper Marlboro by comparing May of last year to May of this year. But more importantly, I'm going to explain why it's happening, what it means, and what I believe happens over the next several months. I'm Keith Jackson with the KJAX Group. Let's dive in. Let's start with the headlines. Closed sales increased nearly 15%. So buyers are still buying. Median prices barely moved. But days on market increased almost 50%. Now, most realtors stop there. They simply read those numbers. But that's where the story actually begins. Those three statistics tell us something much bigger. This isn't a weak market. This isn't a crashing market. This is becoming what I call a prove-it market. Buyers still want homes. They simply aren't willing to overpay anymore. That's a huge difference. Here's what I believe has changed. Not demand, buyer psychology. Last year, buyers were afraid of losing houses. Today, buyers are afraid of making mistakes. Those are completely different emotions. They're walking into homes asking questions like, is this really worth the asking price? Will this house still be worth this next year? How much work will I have to do? How expensive will my monthly payment be? In other words, buyers aren't chasing homes. They're evaluating them. That's why homes are taking longer to sell, even though prices remain remarkably stable. Now let's talk about detached homes. This surprised me. Detached homes continue carrying the Upper Marlboro market. More than half of every home sold last month was detached. Prices actually increased slightly, but buyers took significantly longer making offers. This tells me something important. People still want detached homes. They simply refuse to overpay. That's why I keep telling my sellers, pricing creates traffic. Presentation creates emotion. Marketing creates competition. You need all three. Now here's an insight you probably won't hear anywhere else. Not all townhomes are behaving the same. End units are selling dramatically faster than interior units. Why? Because buyers don't like appraisers. Buyers don't think like appraisers. They think emotionally. End units feel brighter. They feel more private. They feel closer to a detached home. That emotional difference creates real financial value. If you're selling an end unit townhouse, don't market it like every other townhouse. Market the lifestyle. Now let's talk about where the action is. The strongest demand continues between roughly $300,000 and $700,000. That's where Upper Marlboro really shines. Why? Because buyers here can still find incredible value compared with neighboring markets. They're close to DC, close to Joint Base Andrews, close to the National Harbor, close to major commuter routes, without paying Northern Virginia prices. That's attracting everyone. First-time buyers, move-up buyers, military families, relocating professionals. This remains the heartbeat of the Upper Marlboro market. Now let's move into the higher price ranges. Above about $700,000, buyers become much more selective. Above $1 million, the rules completely change. Luxury buyers aren't buying bedrooms. They're buying uniqueness, lifestyle, architecture, privacy, convenience, story. That's why luxury marketing must be completely different. Professional video, professional photography, lifestyle branding, strategic pricing, international exposure. The home that gets all of those things still sell. Here's what I'm personally watching. Inventory continues increasing. Not exploding, increasing. That's healthy. It gives buyers choices. Interest rates have stabilized. Buyers remain active. Builders remain active. Employment remains strong. People continue relocating to Prince George's County. Those are all positive signs. Could inventory continue rising? Absolutely. Could buyers gain slightly more negotiating power? Absolutely. But I don't see anything suggesting a collapse. Instead, I see normalization. If I'm representing a seller today, here's exactly what I'm doing. We're pricing aggressively, not emotionally. We're investing in preparation before listing. Professional photography, professional video, strategic social media, targeted digital advertising. We're creating urgency. Because here's the truth. The first 2 weeks on market determine almost everything. Now, if I'm representing buyers, I'm doing something completely different. I'm identifying homes sitting longer than 30 days. I'm looking for seller motivation. I'm studying price reductions. I'm analyzing competition because opportunity still exists, but it isn't obvious. It's hidden inside the data. Here's what I want you to remember. Upper Marlboro isn't slowing down. It's getting smarter. Buyers are smarter. Sellers need better strategies. Marketing matters more. Pricing matters more. Preparation matters more. The agents who simply put homes into the MLS are going to struggle. The agents who understand buyer psychology, pricing strategy, and market positioning are going to thrive. That's exactly how my team approaches every client. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or simply wondering what your home is worth in today's market, I'd love to help. I'm Keith Jackson with the KJax Group. If this video helped you better understand the market, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's thinking about making a move. And if you'd like a customized strategy for your specific situation, not a generic online estimate, give me a call. Send me a text or scan the QR code on the screen. Thanks for watching, and for all your real estate needs, ask KJax.